Today, we have had our first real news about Jurassic World Evolution 2, really since the game has launched, because so far we've heard nothing about any updates, nothing about any DLCs, until today, where it has been leaked by a quite reputable source, although take it with like a pinch of salt, because it is not 100% confirmed. But we have seen that the first DLC will be the early Cretaceous DLC that will be releasing on the December 9th. Now this is really soon after the game is launched, like it's the actual 1 month anniversary since it came out, and yeah, it's really cool that we're going to get a DLC so soon. And this is, since we know it's an early Cretaceous DLC, we can sort of make a guess at what some of the new dinosaurs released in it will be, and this is what this video is. So, before I get into it, please remember to like and subscribe, it really does help me out, and yeah, let's do it. So, the first dinosaur that we have 100% confirmed will be in this DLC, if this DLC is a thing, to clarify, is I'm going to try hard to pronounce this, Zingaropterius, something like that, but as you'll see on screen, it is a new flying creature. This, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Apparently it was one that was asked for by quite a few people in the aviary roster, when the game was sort of first, like the first roster predictions being put out. This was one that was quite heavily wanted, and yeah, it's a pretty cool one, and it looks really nice. I really like the design of the unique skull shape. I like the crest on like its nose instead, the way its beak arches. It's pretty cool looking. Now, these other four are going to be speculation. I'm going to be going off of the assumption that all DLCs will be based off of the way the deluxe edition was, where we'll be getting 3 dinosaurs, an aquatic and an aviary, because that seems like a pretty good way to structure it. Because, you know, you can't really have a DLC that's just aviary, because that wouldn't be very interesting and adding actual stuff to the game. So, I'm going to start with probably what I think will be the most likely one for this, and the one I want the most, because the early Cretaceous is actually quite a broad area of like time. I know the Acrocanthosaurus, the Iguanodon, the Mutabosaurus, there's loads of dinosaurs that are all from this time period. So these are just the few I think are the most likely based off of what little information we have at the moment. Now, the first dinosaur I'm most excited for is Irritator. Irritator is a dinosaur not only have I wanted in the game since the game was first announced, but everyone has wanted in the game since the game was first announced. It is a huge thing people have wanted, and it would be a really cool, like, bit of variation for the crocodilian-like theropods, because so far, Baryonyx and Suchomimus, don't really have, although they are very different creatures, they have no defining features, they have no crest or anything like that, whereas the Irritator does have its prominent snout crest sort of thing. And I think they could do some really interesting stuff with the designs and the patterns, and it's just something I've really wanted since the game was launched, along with the Concavenator and Colossus, which we actually got, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, this would be a real good one to tick off, I think, a lot of people's lists. Now, the next one is the Woowasaurus. This, again, is one a lot of people I've seen have wanted, and one that I've wanted. This was in my original roster prediction, and since it is an early Cretaceous dinosaur, it does line up quite well as this being the update that could add it into the game, as I really think it would add quite a bit of... It's quite a unique stegosaur with its curved plates instead of the more spiky or hexagonal ones that the Stegosaurus flaunts. And as you'll see on the Dinosaur King photo, or Dinosaur King trading card photo right here, which is the best place to get images of any dinosaur, and you'll probably see quite a bit in future videos. But yeah, it's pretty unique looking, and I really do like it. Now, the last dinosaur I think will be in the game is the Statakusaurus. Again, Statakusaurus is one that I had in my first roster prediction, and a lot of people thought would be in the game. It's a really unique little dinosaur. It's a plant eater. It's pretty unique. It's usually depicted with quills, but since the Dimorphodon has been sadly left without them, I doubt they'd release this with quills. So it's almost like a cross between a Dryosaurus and Hemalocephale, if that's how you want to think of it. Obviously, I'll put an image on screen now. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now, that is it for the dinosaurs. There is now the aquatic dinosaur, or the aquatic reptile, that I think will be in this game, or in this DLC, is the Dakasaurus. The Dakasaurus is a pretty popular, I think, aquatic reptile, and compared to a lot of the other options that you can pick for the early Cretaceous, such as Kronosaurus, the design, like the actual biological design of Dakasaurus instantly differentiates it a whole bunch from other like medium to small aquatic reptiles in the game, like the Leoplorodon. Because with its like very carnivore shaped head and really weird, almost weird body shape, it is a very cool looking creature, and it would be a very cool addition to the game to add some spicy or lagoons. But yeah, that'd be really cool. Now, I'm assuming this DLC will also be tying in with a free update. I'm not quite good enough at predicting stuff to predict what's going to be in the update, but I'm really hoping that there's some big balance patches to the game, because there are quite a few issues with it at the moment. I do think it has the capabilities of being very good, with some really minor stuff that should be fixed in like the coming months, probably December 9th, if that's when the DLC is coming out. But yeah, if that can happen, that'd be really cool as well. And also, expect, instead of a species field guide this week, I would say that maybe this is when they're going to announce the DLC. If not this week, then I do highly suggest that next Wednesday at 3 PM could be the time they announce this. So mark that on your calendars and get ready to look for that, because I sure will, and I will be making a video analysing the heck out of that. So yeah, I think that's everything to talk about with this one screenshot, really, but it is quite cool that we are already getting content for the game, and hopefully, well, imagine if they kept this up and every month they were releasing a DLC and an update. That would be really cool. But you know, it might not be a common thing, but it's really nice anyway. And yeah, that is it. So thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.